I love my Switch. My Switch! You... Well, guess I'm playing this now.
Mobile games. They're games on your cell phone, your tablet, or even a TV. Why are they on your TV?
You're asking me?
There are literally thousands of mobile games. Look at this, I'm scared.
So today we're going to take a look at 8 games. Let's get started.
First game on the chopping block, Dragon City.
This is boring!
And you're not wrong, Siah.
I'm not?
Yes, Dragon City is one of those play every day games. I only played and recorded for like 15 minutes the first time. Honestly, Dragon City can be fun when you sink hours into it, which I did when I was younger. I loved this game in my middle school days. So although the footage here isn't much, the game does have a lot to offer.
Honestly, the game doesn't seem like much at the beginning, and it's not really like new player friendly, but if you play for long enough and get the hang of it, I mean, you'll have good times.
Now I did go back on a day-to-day basis, and I've been giving it more of a go on my further playthrough of it. It's actually really fun. Something that sets it apart from other collecting games is the battles you can have and the variety of the dragons. Battles happen either online or in this arena thing, and the level of progression is quick enough for everybody to understand it, but still slow enough to where it feels really rewarding to do something right and move forward quickly. Now I will preface, this game is very time consuming and you need a lot of patience with it. I didn't have that patience as a stupid 12-year-old, so I did the unthinkable.
I did microtransactions.
Yes, I did. And I'm sorry. If you can't ignore the urge to microtransact, then I do not recommend the game to you. But if you like these kinds of games, go for it.
Next game!
Risk. That war game thing. There's a desktop version too, but the phone version is literally a one-to-one port. I plan on covering this game in depth in the future. I actually had the desktop version in my Siah video plans document before even thinking about this version, but the game is actually really good.
Wanna blow people up?
Not literally, I think. But Risk is cool because of the way it works. It's a turn-based strategy game, with the strategy being in moving troops. For example, here I'm playing a map of my hometown of Los Angeles.
Oh, damn it, the traffic.
So in this map I can take control of different little areas. As I pound on this one dude, the other one pounds on the same guy. I eventually take him out.
Loser!
But looky here, I control more of the map than the other guy. So I turn on him, kill him, and bam, I win. The gameplay is turn-based, with you being able to draft, attack, and fortify. Drafting is adding soldiers. You get more based on how much you control. Attacking is just as it sounds, and fortifying is moving troops between connecting parts of what you control. The fortify phase also gives you these cards, which can get you more troops.
This game is fun for those who like strategy games, and that's not everybody. Like, that's for sure. But what do I think of it? I love it. I love these kinds of strategy games. Risk is right up my alley, you know. But it's one of those games where if you don't like it within the first 5 minutes, you're not gonna like it.
Plants vs. Zombies 2. Why not the first game?
Because it sucks.
In a nutshell, yeah. This one improves on the original 1,000 times over. It's the same general gameplay. Plant your seeds to wreak havoc on the zombies, but it's relatively fun to do so, and the plants are so varied. There's about 10 different worlds in the game, each with their own variety of plants to collect. The plant options are the best part of the game, by far. The team got so creative with these. They have Fire Hazard, Useless, No, and the Not So Morning Person.
So many different worlds on the game, but do you think I cared about that?
Yeah, lots of worlds. It's kinda hard, but also pretty fun. My least favorite world, though, has gotta be Ancient Egypt. It's got a little dull look at the desert, honestly.
I mean, look at me. You think I'd survive in a desert? Or on a pirate ship? Or in the past? Next game!
Bloons Tower Defense 5. It's like Bloons Tower Defense 6.
But worse.
It's a tower defense game. Easy peasy. There's many kinds of monkeys. For example, Bubbles, Mysterious Bubbles, Super Bubbles, and Jim.
Who is Jim?
Anyways, it's a lot of balloon popping, a lot of cheese, and a lot of fun. I recommend this as one of those turn off your brain kind of games. There's the average exhibition match, but there's also daily challenges that warrant a comeback every now and then. The monkey variety is pretty sweet, and the gameplay is pretty good. It gets a little bit repetitive, more so than the other games, but it's still pretty fun.
Next game!
Slithered.io, the video game version of puberty. Biggest takes all.
I never got that big.
Oh, but this snake did. Look at this guy. He's huge. Anyways, the game is a lot of fun, and it's a good romp to go through when you're feeling down, especially because it makes you feel big for a change.
If you couldn't tell, I'm making
Slither.io is about a snake, just slithering around and eating food. Eating makes you bigger, which makes you less susceptible to being eaten yourself. You can also eat other snakes by either having them run into your side or by being bigger than them and ramming them head on.
Next game.
Brain out. Do you want to feel dumb?
Yes.
Do you want to spend an hour on one puzzle?
How'd you know?
And is your name Siah?
Get out of my house.
Then Brain Out is the game for you. A lot of these puzzles don't make sense and have BS answers. For example, the question could have to do with a squirrel and an ice cream cone, but somehow the correct answer is the kid in the background.
Ooh, I saw that one.
Unfortunately, this game isn't really fair. I like it fine enough, but it needs outside the box thinking, which can sometimes go a little bit too far. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Yes, the Bang Bang is intentional. I checked.
Before you ask, no, this isn't Raid Shadow Legends. I checked for that as well.
This is the mobile version of League of Legends.
Let's play if you would give for me first.
This game was one that my sister wanted me to play with her, so I didn't. But it actually is kind of fun. The game centers around league-based combat. Honestly, it's one of those, if you think you're gonna like it, you're right kind of games.
My review? I like it. Fine enough. But it's still League of Legends, so, no.
Truth be told, this game does look pretty good graphically. It's like similar RPGs, kind of like what Raid wants you to think of it. And look at this guy, he's fantastic!
Fun fact, it's called Bang Bang because anyone who plays it won't be banged. Get it? Wait a minute, I played it. Aw.
Cookie Clicker. What is Cookie Clicker?
Addicting.
Cookie Clicker is super addicting. I legit sat there for over 20 minutes just tapping away at my cookies. It's fun to feel cramps in your fingers because it shows all your hard work.
Besides, now I know that my fingers are jacked!
And it's also true that this game's curve is really exponential. By the end of day one, I only had a few thousand cookies, but a week or two into it, I had well over 50 billion.
I may have a problem.
I must also mention that this game does offer some microtransactions, so be warned. It's also worth noting that these microtransactions do scale up the further you go, being a 24-hour instant time-lapse of your cookies per second, or CPS. So at the start, buying one is useless as you only get like 10,000 cookies, as opposed to now, where I get about 100 billion. Now that I'm making this much, I don't even need the microtransaction.
So what did I score each of these games on a 7-point scale? Why 7? Well, 7's just the first number that popped into my head, so let's go through it, starting with...
Dragon City gets a 5 out of 7. Why? Well, it's because although it's boring at first, it does get pretty good as you go on. Its gameplay revolves around you coming back each and every day, so the progression does eventually get you to an addiction point. I've just about gotten there personally. Risk. 4 out of 7. It is good, don't get me wrong, but you do have to be a really specific kind of person to like this game. Luckily, I am that kind of person. Plants vs. Zombies 2. 6 out of 7. Why so high? Well, this game has a ton of content, and it's really fun too. The gameplay is nice and smooth, the level up system is simple, and the variety is enough to warrant beating it. Good game. Bloons Tower Defense 5 gets a 4 out of 7. The gameplay, it does get pretty repetitive after a while, which you could say about all these games, but it is good, don't get me wrong. Slithered.io gets a 2 out of 7. It's fine, it's just not really that in-depth. The most customization you get is changing your snake's color, which is nice, but the gameplay has no depth to it, and also it's just a little boring. Personally, I like it fine enough, and for a quick mobile game it's good, but it's just a little too bland. It's but I can see people really loving it. I just like it. Brain Out gets a 3 out of 7. Like Slither, it's fine. For a puzzle game, it's actually pretty good. Although, a lot of the answers for this really don't make sense. It's fun when you get on a roll, but devastating when you're stopped, especially if it's for a stupid question. If you don't think you'll like it, you're probably right. Mobile Legends Bang Bang gets a 3 out of 7. But including the name, it should be an instant 7 out of 7. It's fine, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't really like the Raid Shadow Legends-esque gameplay, although this did precede Raid. I think I might learn to like it, but for now, And finally, Cookie gets a 2 out of 7. Why so low? Because it's just tapping on the cookies, and gaining the cookies by tapping on this big cookie. That's literally it.
Now, which one is my favorite? Honestly, I gotta go with Cookie. Like, yeah, it got the lowest score and it's really dumbed down, but it's so addicting. I've just collected hundreds of billions of cookies. It's honestly kind of sad. But 100 billion cookies is probably more than Jesus ever collected. You don't hear about that in the Bible. So there is one thing I'm better at than Jesus. Cookie collecting. I gotta put that on my wall. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that it is kind of late from last week, but we're switching to a Thursday upload schedule, which is hopefully going to work more than the previous upload schedule. Maybe, who knows. But yeah, so thanks you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.